Hello, everybody. It's Steve Conley here, joined with my colleague Derek DeLudes as we are filming from scenic Byfield, a lovely village here in Newbury, which of course is the ugly sister of Newburyport. But we are at Triton Regional High School, home of the Triton Vikings. Triton, of course, the regional high school represented by Newbury, Rowley, and Salisbury. An interesting game here tonight as the 2 and 4 Linfield Pioneers match up against the 2 and 4 Triton Vikings. Both teams have won to Ipswich. That was the last win for the Linfield Pioneer football team, Triton beating Ipswich a few weeks ago. Linfield also beat the Saugus Sachems at the beginning part of the season. And the Triton Vikings beat our team from Randolph early in the season on September 10th. Linfield Pioneers have run into a bit of a cold streak as they've lost 4 in a row and try to see if they can get back on the winning side tonight. They lost to Newburyport, Hamilton Wenham, Pentucket, and last week they lost to Amesbury. However, the game itself was quite a good game as Linfield lost 28-18, putting up 18 points on the Amesbury defense. Unable to gain ground over the fourth quarter as the Amesbury ground game was able to possess the ball and run out the clock for a large portion of the game. But new sophomore quarterback David Tracy has been hitting on some long passes down the field, and we'll look to see if he can connect again tonight with his receiving core of Brian Ellis, Charlie Capichetti, A.J. Chiradonna, and Joey Cuccinello. We are going to have the national anthem played tonight, so we'll keep the mic open and see if we can get the music recorded through the video. All right, that was the singing of our national anthem. And if you bet the over in terms of the amount of time that it would take to sing the national anthem, congratulations, you won $438. You can collect that at the press box. All right, tonight's action, as I mentioned, Linfield's Pioneers versus the Triton Vikings. Both teams 2 and 4 on the season. You might wonder, why exactly Are we paying attention to 2-4 and 2-4 teams tonight? Well, I'll tell you, it's because there's playoff implications here. The new MIA format this season has the top 16 teams in each division advancing to the playoff round of 16. Linfield is in Division 6. They are currently at number 13 in the division, even with the 2-4 record. A win tonight will secure, most likely, their place in the MIA playoffs beginning next week. Triton, as of last week, was just out of the top 16. I believe they were 17th. I'm not sure exactly if they advanced last week. I know they did lose, so they may have gone up, they may have gone down. Who knows exactly, but suffice to say, Triton needs a win in order to have a shot, a solidified shot into the playoffs. So the captains this week, as we switch over to prepping for the game here, Spencer Riley, number 24, Nick Marcinowski, number 52, number 70, Mackay Peters, number 72, Michael O'Brien. Tonight is actually an interesting night for the captains because it represents the first time, even going back to the Fall 2 season, the first time that all four players are on the field together at the same time. Of course, Michael O'Brien had been injured with a knee injury, just came back for his first game last week. Spencer Riley has been a stalwart on the offensive and defensive side. Nick Marcinowski was battling some ankle injuries and now has made it back to the starting lineup. And of course, Mackay Peters has been an outstanding presence in the middle of the offensive and defensive line. So these four seniors are going to contribute a lot to tonight's game. And I know they're all four excited to be back in the playing field tonight here and again, scenic Byfield. Not much wind to speak of tonight. It's probably about 48 degrees. Comfortable evening for Friday night football. The coin has been tossed. The captains are shaking hands, and we are set to start our broadcast this evening of action. So a reminder again, tonight we are recording the game. Triton does play some music in the background, and we don't want to pick those up on the microphone simply because we're not going to be allowed by YouTube to post video that has unlicensed music in it. And we don't want the YouTube account to get shut down. So we are recording this game. There is a bit of a filter on the microphone, so hopefully you all can hear me okay. If the music doesn't play too often, we'll try to open up the filter so we can get some of that background sound into the game here as well. Good crowd here in Triton as the Linfield contingent had to trek up north. Part of that was by sled dog, I believe. And the Triton fans, student section well represented. With a band even as well. So looking forward to tonight's action as the Linfield Pioneer team will be kicking off with Kevin Connolly, number 14, set to kick off for the Pioneers. Kevin has been kicking now for his second year. Kevin's a sophomore. Last week he had just a couple of kicks in the offensive side of the ball. Prior to last week he had 17 kickoffs, 811 yards, averaging about 47.8 yards per kick. So we'll see if Kevin can get a leg into it here to start the game as the Triton Vikings are set to receive the ball back deep in their own 10-yard line. Short kick back down to about the 10-yard line. Number 5 receives that for Triton. He runs right up the middle. He's tackled by a host of Pioneers, giving up a little too much field position there. As number 5... Cole Piaczynski on the return takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line where they will take over 1st and 10 for the Vikings. So Vikings lining up in a spread formation, actually trips up to the left, number 5. Well, can't get all of the numbers quite yet, but we'll fill them in as the details go along. Shotgun snap back to the quarterback, number 4. Passes out to the left. That's almost intercepted by Steve Dreher. number 4 is the junior quarterback for the Vikings, Max Chiamentaro. And I do apologize if I don't get the pronunciation right there, but right here in front of the Linfield cheering section, and son of a gun, James Driscoll comes up to say hello. Always great to see James here in the bleachers. Shotgun snap again, handoff to number 5 up the middle. He picks up a few yards on the play. That's Cole Piaczynski again, tackle on the play by 67. And that's Sam Gazit as well as number 70 for the Pioneers. Mekhi Peters, look for him to be active up the middle. So it brings up a 3rd down and 5 now for the Vikings as again they step into the shotgun formation. Quarterback's flushed out to his pocket to the right. He's looking deep and trying to throw. It's going to be almost intercepted by number 3, Charlie Capichetti. Flag thrown on the play, however, and the referees talk about what that might be in terms of a call. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Got a little bit of, so it looks like ineligible downfield for the Vikings. They're likely going to decline that, in which case it'll bring up a 4th down. We are in the bleachers here, unfortunately. No press box here, so if you notice the camera jumping, it's not because Derek is very excited. He is a professional. Although he does get excited, he doesn't jar the camera because he knows better. But you may see some movement of the camera only because there's some fans here getting a little overexcited. What can we do? So illegal man downfield declined by the Pioneers. 4th down and 5 now as the Triton Vikings go 4 and out. Snap back to the punter. He's looking for the fake pass. He tries to connect out to number 3. He's leveled by number 88, the quarterback, that is. That's a great play by Donald Sylvester. Number 3 for the Vikings, Nathan Miller, couldn't come up with that pass as the quarterback was pressured. So Linfield taking over in Triton territory as they take over 1st and 10 now at the 44-yard line of Triton. We'll try to see if we can get the players announced here for the offense for the Pioneers. They line up in the spread formation, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in terms of the receivers. Number 2 is senior Brian Ellis. Number 3 is Charlie Capichetti. Number 4 is sophomore A.J. Chirodana. Number 5 is sophomore Joey Cuccinello. Back for quarterback is number 12, David Tracy. He hands off right up the middle to number 24. That's Spencer Riley, senior captain, who puts his head down and rumbles for a good 7 yards in the play, where it'll be but 2nd down and 3. Actually, 2nd down and a long 4, let's call it now, for the Pioneers. Up front, we've got Ethan Downey at the left tackle, Mekhi Peters at the left guard. I believe that's Chase Goldberg at the center. Mike O'Brien at the right guard. And over on the right tackle is Sam Gazit, opening up a big hole for Spencer Riley to run through and picking up a good chunk yardage play on the simple handoff to the right-hand side. And Spencer picks up the 1st down, where it is now 1st and 10 at the Triton 26-yard line. So spread formation again here, 2 up and 2 down as David Tracy settles into the shotgun formation, trying to do a blitz pickup on the left-hand side. Charlie Capichetti was left wide open. They'd leave him uncovered. Handoff up the middle to James Sharkey. Bulls forward for about 2 or 3 on the play, and hopefully the coaching squad saw that defense as Charlie Capichetti was left wide open in the left slot as the safety came up to show blitz. Kevin Connolly rotating in now as the receiver in the offense. I'm going to try to get my wife's attention so she recognizes that her son is in the game. Lisa! Lisa! Shotgun snap back to David Tracy again here in the spread formation. Gives the ball up the middle again, this time to, I think that's Spencer Riley again. Nope. A.J. Giordano in the carry, actually lining up in the backfield there. A bit of an unusual move, switching him into the backfield. A.J. does a lot of good things for this offense. He's going to take that play off now as James Sharkey comes back into the backfield as it's 3rd and call it a long 4 now for the Pioneers. As we have about 8:13 left in the first quarter. Plenty of time left in this game, folks. So spread formation again, 2 up and 2 down in the spread formation. James Sharkey in the backfield along with Dave Tracy. Shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. David Tracy rumbles and gets the first down. Great job by Dave Tracy with the run action play fake over to the left-hand side. Keeps it and tucks it and heads into
Linfield first down.
Inside the 15-yard line to about the 12, 13-yard line as Linfield again picks up a first down and is able to secure another first down if they get 10 yards from here. So Pioneer set again coming out in the spread formation. Joey Cuccinello, Charlie Capichetti down low. Handoff out to Spencer Riley, bounces it out to the right-hand side, picks up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down at 6. Tackle on the play by, looks like 62 for Triton. That's senior, that's Ashton Watson. And we'll try to pick up some other numbers as well. Great crowd here on a Friday night as people start to filter in. This is the first offensive series for the Linfield Pioneers as they line up now. Trips to the left with Conley, Ellis, and Capichetti lined up left. Handoff again up to Spencer Riley. Lowers his shoulders and gets down close to a first down.
Spencer Riley on the carry.
Doesn't quite get enough, though. It's 3rd down and about 2 now on the play as the Pioneers get close to that first down marker. You'll see, too, if you've been paying attention this year, that the quarterback now goes over to the sideline to get his play instead of the play being signaled in. So able to get right to the line of scrimmage and make sure they've got the right play here. Trips to the left again, Spencer Riley in the backfield. Blitz coming from the left-hand side. Spencer Riley lowers his shoulder, cuts back through, and churns his legs. Trying to see if we get the first down signal or not. And does not. It'll be 4th down as Spencer unable to get the first down. It's actually my mistake. Nope. First down. All right, so we had some conflicting signals there. But it looks like it's 1st and goal now from the 3. So Linfield Pioneer offense starting off in Viking territory has pushed the ball on a great series of runs. I don't believe there's been a pass attempt quite yet. So the Pioneers content to hand the ball off to the Bruisers, James Sharkey and Spencer Riley. Spencer Riley now in the backfield for the Pioneers, number 24. Quick motion by Charlie Capichetti. Charlie gets the handoff. He's looking to break outside and does. A key block on the play on the outside corner by number 5. Joey Cuccinella on the play, able to cave in that cornerback. So basically, Charlie walked in freely for the touchdown. So the Pioneers go up 6-0. I'm going to go ahead and try to make sure that I've got the scoring kept up to date here. I've been horrible at that. So we'll put up a big 6 for the Pioneers right now. And Kevin Conley set to do the extra point with Charlie Capichetti holding. Number 4, A.J. Chirodana coming in to make sure he secures the right-hand side of the line. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, kick is right through the uprights.
Action point is good. Kick by Kevin Connolly.
So there we go, 7-0 as an impressive first drive by the Linfield Pioneers. Is not only do they hold the Triton Vikings to 4 and out on their first series, but thwart the fake punt, pick the ball up over on downs, and march approximately 47 yards into the end zone, mostly on the ground, for the 7-0 lead. 4:40 now left in the game. The clock is running. Actually, it just stopped now, so that's good to see that they finally corrected that. But I have to say, a pretty good first drive there, huh, Derek? I need some color commentary here. Great first drive, keeping it on the ground. Spencer Riley is playing angry tonight, which is great. James Sharkey had some key runs there, and again, A.J. Chirodana showed up in the backfield too, which was nice to see. But as we said, even though these teams are both 2 and 4, there's a lot to play for here tonight as some playoff rankings are on the line. So Kevin Connolly, number 14, back again to kick. Second time here in the first quarter that he's kicking. Last kick got all the way down to the 10-yard line, so we'll see if Kevin can duplicate his efforts here. Line drive kick takes a funny bounce. One hops it back, though, to number 2. I think that was number 2 for Triton.
Ryan Snow on the return.
Number 12, I'm sorry for the mistake there. Ryan Snow on the return, able to take the one hop on the kickoff, taking it all the way down to the 34-yard line. So better field position for the Pioneers in terms of a defensive starting point. As last time, the Triton Vikings started about on their own 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 now for the Vikings as they take over again on the 34-yard line. They're switching now to more of a tight formation. They've got a left wing, 2 left wings, as well as a tight end. Still out of the shotgun formation here in terms of the quarterback. Quarterback pitches quickly to the left to number 3. He's pressured on the play by number 44, Steve Dreyer, as well as Mackay Peters on the tackle. Number 44, Nathan Miller on the carry. Number 3 there for Triton in the backfield. Picks up 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 now for the Vikings. Shotgun snap back there. A little bit of trouble handing the ball. He's looking to roll out to the right and gets to the corner and is hit hard by Nick Marcinowski, and Steve Dreyer. And Sam Gazid as well. So the quarterback for Triton rolls out to his right, trying to see if he could find a deep receiver. Well covered on the play by number 27, junior Anthony Adebato. As he does pick up 4 or 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 now. Reverting back now to the spread formation. Shotgun snap for the quarterback. Low snap back to number 4. He's looking to his left. He fires. He hits number 17 across the middle. He's tackled immediately, though, by number 27, Anthony Adebato. Number 17 to Ethan Tate for the Vikings. Complete on the play by quarterback Max Chimantaro, number 11, the signal caller. Number 4, the signal caller for the Vikings. Takes them over midfield now. As 1st and 10 now at the 47-yard line of the Pioneers. Handoff up the middle to number 3, breaks out to his left. He's tackled by the legs. A good tackle by number 44, Steve Dreyer on the play, able to wrap up and eliminate that from getting a few more yards. Does pick up 5, though, on the play. It's a 2nd down and 5 now for the Pioneers as the Pioneers rotate in to keep some legs fresh tonight. Max Chimantaro, the junior quarterback for the Vikings, set again a bit of a pistol formation as the running back lines up behind the quarterback. Hands it off on the middle, ball's on the ground, and there's a scrum for it. It's hard to tell exactly who might have recovered that one. Actually, nope, number 3 picks up his own fumble on the exchange there, Nathan Miller. the junior running back. Unfortunately for the Vikings, it pushes them back as the mishandled exchange loses 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd down and 9 now for the Vikings as they line up again in their spread formation with 2 up and 2 down. Number 4, Chimantaro in the backfield, ready to receive the shotgun snap. Fades back, looks to his left, finds a spot to his left, tries to run for it. Gets close to the first down. He's hit hard by number 13, Jack Phelps. Close to a first down, but doesn't look quite like he got enough. It'll be 4th down and a little, 4th down and 1 for the Vikings. And with them being on the 38-yard line, looks like they're going to try to go for it here, as all they need is the 1-yard pickup. It's not really 4th and inches, it's 4th and 1. Exactly 36 inches. But moves under center, goes for the quarterback sneak. Looks like he dives forward for the first down, though, as he gets it up to about the 39-yard line. I'm sorry, the 36-yard line. As the Triton crowd starts to get a little bit excited with the progress of the offense here. So first down, actually right at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Triton Vikings as Chimantaro is able to get the quarterback sneak in there for the first down. Spread formation again here. Shotgun snap, hands it off up the middle. Hit immediately by 64. That's Chase Goldberg with the great wrap and tackle of number 3, Nathan Miller. Gets 1 on the play. And it's 2nd down and 9 now for the Vikings as, believe it or not, we've reached the first quarter of action. And the Linfield Pioneers, on their first possession of the game, went about 47 yards on their first possession, scored on a lot of ground game running, which is why the clock seems to have gone by so quickly, as that clock keeps running when the ball's on the ground. So 7-0 here at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back after these commercial messages. All right, so once again, first down for the Vikings as they're 1st and 10 now from the 34-yard line. Quarterback fades back to pass, looking over the middle, hit by number 1. That's going to be called for pass interference. I don't believe that was an appropriate call, though. They seem to both go for the ball there, and flag on the play as the referees have a little bit of a discussion. And yeah, they're going to call pass interference on the defense. That'll move them forward there. See, on YouTube now, you can actually rewind and replay that play yourselves and try to see if that was actually pass interference. In real time, it looked awful close to me, but they don't pay me to be the referee. In fact, they don't pay us at all, do they? All right, so 1st and 10 now as the Pioneers had a little bit of a mistake there that they got called for, and the Vikings get marched down all the way to the 20-yard line, so a 15-yard pickup on the play as the Pioneer defense now trying to play mistake-free football in the second quarter as the Triton Vikings now going right to left on your television screen. A little bit of confusion with the chains on the sideline as the referee stops the clock. Clock, unfortunately, continues to run here on the field. That's certainly annoying when that happens. You can hear the whistles, folks. Pay attention. All right, quick. Quarterback rolls out to the left. He's looking for a receiver there. Lofts it out there to the left, and an easy score by number 6 for the Vikings as Leonard on the pass from Max Chimataro gets open in the left flat there. Beats the corner on the play. It looked like Anthony Adebato, number 27 for Linfield, was in coverage there, unable to make the stop.
That was a 20-yard touchdown pass.
So 6 points on the play for Triton. And the extra point will be kicked by number 1, Elliot Lent, who I believe is a senior, yes, he's a senior captain for the Vikings. Snap is back, ball is down, kick is up, and it is good as it splits the uprights. So tie game here, 7-7 in scenic Byfield, a lovely village of Newbury. Once again, the forgotten stepsister of Newburyport. Okay, Linfield set to receive the kick. Number 1, again, kicking off for the Vikings, Elliot Lent. Back deep for the Pioneers, number 1, James Sharkey. And I'm not sure on the other number. It might be Joey Cuccinello, number 5. In any event, first kickoff for Triton tonight. Low line drive kick fielded on the fly by James Sharkey. He should be able to do a little bit of running with that. He tries to break it outside and does not as he gets swarmed by Triton at his own 25-yard line. So James Sharkey with the run up to the left side, and he's stopped at about the 26-yard line where the Linfield Pioneers now will take over 1st and 10. Tackle on the play there by J.P. Trojan for the Triton Vikings. So second offensive drive now for the Pioneers as they take over in this first offensive series for them in the second quarter. Trips up left on top of the field. Single receiver down here, Joey Cuccinello, number 5. As the quarterback hands off to A.J. Chirodana, he gets tackled in the backfield, though. Tackle on the play wrapped up by the shoulder blades was by number 14 for the Vikings. That's Matt Soros. He's a junior. Loss of 2 on the play. It's 2nd down and 12 now on the play.
Tackled by Matt Soros.
The weather still here pretty reasonable. Cool, not cold, no wind to speak of. And it is a bit of a tundra up here, so if the wind was blowing, we'd certainly feel it. But a little bit of a breeze every now and then, but really not much. Quarterback tries to hit Brian Ellis on the play on the deep slant. David Tracy delivers a good ball there, but unable to make the play on the difficult catch across the middle. Would have been good for 25, 30 yards perhaps. So it'll bring down 3rd down and long now for the Pioneers 3rd and 12 on the play from their own 24-yard line. Trips up to the left again as David Tracy out of the shotgun formation. The defense moves on the play. And just want to make sure they weren't drawn offsides here, as the call is encroachment on the defense, so that'll march down 5 yards on the play. It's good to get 5, but it still is 3rd and 7 now, so a big 3rd down conversion for the Pioneers as the offense looks to continue to move the chains here. Number 12, David Tracy, getting the play from the sideline as the offense takes their positions now. A.J. Chiradon in the backfield with David Tracy on the play. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy. He's looking left, looking right and not seeing anything. He rolls to his right. He tries for the first down, gets tackled around the head. The clock keeps running, though. He's not able to pick up the first down. Picks up 1 or 2 on the play. It'll be 4th down and about 7.
Kevin Conley on the carry.
What?
By Jack Harden.
Wasn't Kevin Conley on the play. It was David Tracy on the quarterback keep over to the left. If it was Kevin Conley on the play, you would have probably heard me screaming a lot more about that tackle around the head. But as it is, it's 4th down for the Pioneers. Chase Goldberg back to kick for the Pioneers as number 5, Cole Piachiski. Chase gets a good bump into it. Fair catch by Triton as number 6, Jared Leonard picks up that ball. And the Triton Vikings will take over 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. All right, so spread formation here again for the Vikings as Max is back in the quarterback position. Takes the shotgun snap, hands it off up the middle. A lot of room to run there as he's tackled on the play finally by Sam Kazit.
Nathan Miller on the carry. Tackled by a host of Pioneers.
And Steve Dreyer, not until he picks up 3 on the play, though, as it's now 2nd down and 7 from their 45-yard line. Two backs in the backfield now as they have a split back formation. Number 5 goes in deep motion. Quick pitch out here to number 5. He looks to attack the line of scrimmage and gets hit immediately by Steve Dreyer and Sam Kazit again. Does pick up 4 yards on the play now as the Triton team has the ball now 3rd down and caught along 4. So back to the line of scrimmage now are the Vikings, once again with the spread backs formation, number 3 and number 5, Nathan Miller and Cole Piachinsky. Max Chiamentaro again as shotgun quarterback, number 5 in motion now for the Vikings, and the Vikings apparently just don't like what they see and they call a timeout. That'll be their first charge timeout of the first half. So shout out to a few folks that aren't here. I don't think I saw Jackie Driscoll here tonight. No, not here tonight. So if you get to watch this at home tonight, Jackie, Jim says hello. And Heather Dreer's father watches these games. His name escapes me. Mr. Drench, we'll say. He's watching at home. Thank you for watching the games. Hope you enjoy them. Your son is playing a hell of a game on the defensive side of the ball. That's for darn sure. Your grandson, I should say. Excuse me. Other grandparents here tonight. Marie Pavlich sitting up there to my left. She can't hear me. That's the grandmother of number 14, Kevin Connolly, out there. And if anybody else's grandparents are in the house, give me a text. Of course, I won't be able to do anything with that until the next time we broadcast. But again, we try. All right, so 3rd down and 4, maybe 5 here for the Vikings. As once again, shotgun formation, 2 backs in the backfield for the Vikings. Number 5 in motion down to the left here. Quarterback back looking for the pass. He's hit but not tackled on the play. Able to escape the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd defender as penetration is made into the backfield by the Pioneers, but they're unable to catch Max Chiamentaro behind the line of scrimmage, and he's able to scramble there for the 1st down as the Triton Vikings now take over. As the Triton Vikings advance the ball into Pioneer territory, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line for the Pioneers. Shotgun snap backs to Piamentaro. There's a screen on the play here over the middle. He's got some running room. Number 3 there for the Vikings, Nathan Miller. As number 70, Mackay Peters, came bursting right up through the middle and almost had a play there on the quarterback. But sometimes when the defensive linemen get through that quickly, you can read that that's a screen. Of course, it's easy to pick that up when you're sitting up here in the bleachers. But the chains are moved again for the Vikings, and they continue to move the ball here with some passing and running attacks. Spread formation now. Quarterback in the shotgun formation tries to see if he can get the defense to jump on the hard count. Vikings calling in an audible on the play, try to see if they can put something together. Operating out of the pistol here, number 4, Chiamentaro looks to his left and hits a short pass, or attempts a short pass, I should say, thrown into the dirt, targeting number 8, I believe, for Arthur Stanley. Incomplete, and there's a flag thrown on the play. Not sure what the flag is. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Linfield. So, again, we see a penalty on Linfield when they can't afford to have penalties called upon them.
Unsportsman on Linfield.
Not quite sure who the call was on, unfortunately. If you rewind it, perhaps you can see something. But unsportsmanlike penalty on Linfield, and unable to contain themselves. And, geez, the ball gets all the way down to the 13-yard line now for Linfield, as Linfield backs to the wall again with about 5:24 left here in the first half of football. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Once again now operating out of the pistol formation with Chiamentaro, and a quarterback looks for the quick strike over to the left. He's hit once by Charlie Capicetti. Stood up and trying to see if they can strip the ball out of there, but the Vikings advanced the ball with the pass complete out to number 8, Arthur Stanley. Picks up about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and a long 3. Advanced down inside the 10, I believe, or right on the 10, I should say, or on the 5. Excuse me, on the 5. All right, once again, overload to the left by the Triton Vikings as 17, 6, and 5 line up to the left. Run up the middle by number 3. He's hit hard at the line of scrimmage by number 13, Jack Phelps, as he makes the solo tackle for a loss on the play. Where now it'll be 3rd down, and actually no gain on the play, so 3rd down and a little over 2 on that play. So once again, 2 receivers down to the left, a wing up top, number 5, for the Vikings. Shotgun snap back to number 4. Hands off to number 3. He dances one way, cuts the other. Gets into the end zone after cutting back against the grain. And the Triton Vikings go up by a score of 13-7 now. .344 left in the first half. I'm not quite sure if that clock is official, but it's probably pretty close. Number 1, Elliot Lent, who was able to drill the first extra point successfully. Ball is high, snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. As the score is now the Triton Vikings 14, the Linfield Pioneers 7. All right, so Triton set to kick off again as they've got the 14-7 lead back deep again. James Sharkey and Joey Cuccinello. Number 1, Elliot Lent on the kickoff. Last time was a hard line drive. Kick is deep back now. Back to number 1, James Sharkey, fielded on the 10-yard line. He gets to the middle of the field. He's hit and tackled at the 30-yard line, so a little better field position this time around for the Pioneers.
Tackle by Artie Stanley.
Tackle on the play by Artie Stanley, number 8 for the Vikings. So breeze picking up a little bit here tonight now as we get past 7:43 in the evening. We'll see if it actually amounts to anything. Spread formation, David Tracy back in the backfield as the quarterback. Shotgun snap back to David, steps back to pass. He's looking deep now, throws it out to Joey Cuccinello, who makes a great catch on the play, beating the defender, number 12, Ryan Snow, for a big first down play as they go from the 30-yard line down to the 40-yard line of Triton. Linfield lining up quickly now, continuing the spread formation. Shotgun snap. David Tracy looks out to the right here as Spencer Riley takes the quick pass out there, puts his head down, is able to pick up about 4 on the play. Coach is extremely upset that a player wasn't set. For Linfield, pointing at the sky, calling his next defensive play as Linfield Pioneers huddle up and take the line of scrimmage here. Second down and 7 now for the Pioneers as they operate from the Viking 37-yard line. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy, handoff in the backfield, stuffed for a loss as number number 10, I believe, makes the initial pressure. Jack Harding on the play in the backfield, causing some disruption there as Linfield gains nothing on the play, and it's again 3rd down and 7 at the 37-yard line. So once again, lining up in the spread formation here. We've got A.J. Chirodana and Brian Ellis down here below. Shotgun snap back to David Tracy. He's looking deep out to Joey Cuccinello again. He's interfered with, and it's called nicely by the referee, who was Johnny on the spot there on the penalty. As number 30 for the Triton Vikings, J.P. Trojan, is called for the interference. Joey almost came up with the catch regardless, so it's an interesting play, and we get pass interference. The referee's making the call there. So that'll be an automatic first down and bring the Linfield Pioneers, not quite sure where they're going to mark this. Bring them just outside the 20 to the 23-yard line, where the Pioneers now take over. Excuse me, the Pioneers now have the ball first and 10. So spread formation again here for the Pioneers. It's number 12, David Tracy, takes a shotgun snap, hands it off up the middle to James Sharkey. He stopped quickly on the play, tackle on the play by number 62. That is Captain Ashton Watson. Bit of a loss on the play, actually, as now they're backed up to the 23.5-yard line. Be second down, still call it 10 now for the Pioneers. Trips up now, top of the screens to the left, while Joey Cuccinello, number 5 here, down to the right. David Tracy sees something that he doesn't like, and he calls a timeout. Excuse me, the Vikings see something they don't like, and they call a timeout. We're going to send it back to the studio for a commercial. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, second down and 10 now for the Pioneers after the Vikings timeout. That was a second of the half for the Vikings. As Pioneers lineup trips to the left, David Tracy again in the shotgun formation. Snap back to David. He looks to his left, throws deep out to Joey Cuccinello. He's interfered with again by number 5 as Cole Piaczynski, the sophomore running back, gets tangled with Joey Cuccinello. And Linfield running the ball in their first series. They got stopped in their second series, and now looking to air it out here in the second quarter. I should mention it's the second quarter, and the clock is definitely ticking down still. So looking to pass to try to see if they can advance that ball before the end of the half. It's, according to the clock, it's 47 seconds left in the half. I'm not quite sure how accurate that is. But another first down on the play by the Pioneers, and the pass interference call in the end zone. It'll be first and 10 now from the 12-yard line. So Linfield can get another first down here if they get it down to the 2. Shotgun snap, spread formation, back to David Tracy. David looking over to his left. He throws it deep into the end zone. That's going to be knocked away by number 30 in the end zone. That ball looked like it would have been tough to catch and keep his feet down. Number 30, J.P. Trojan, in the end zone will bring up a second and 10 now for the Pioneers. So once again, lining up in the spread formation with James Sharkey in the backfield. Blitz coming in from the left corner here. Not blocked on the play, though, as the center screen falls to James Sharkey. You can see that blitz coming in from the left-hand side and unable to pick it up. David Tracy gets pressured on the play and wisely whips the ball down to the feet of James Sharkey just to avoid any undue errors or interceptions. 35 seconds left on the clock here for the first half, as we now have a 3rd down and 10. As the Pioneers break their huddle and again go 2 up and 2 down in the traditional spread formation with James Sharkey to the left of the quarterback, David Tracy, in the backfield. The Vikings changing the defensive alignment, and David Tracy looking out to his left, gets flushed out to his left and sacked on the play by a combination of number 1 on the play and number 3. Number 1, Elliott Lent, and number 3, Nathan Miller. So it brings up a 4th down on the play, and Kevin Connolly coming in to try to kick the field goal. Ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. Linfield calls a timeout to make sure they get settled. It'll be a 36-yard field goal from here attempt. So clock being shown now by Derek DeLuty's 11 seconds. Again, not sure if that's game official, but it's pretty close. 14-7 here in the waning moments of the second quarter, as Linfield's huddled up, and I'm not quite sure if they're going to try to see if they can pull together a play to get into the end zone or try to attempt the field goal. We'll see what happens when they break the huddle here. But again, at the ball spotted at the 19, that's 29 plus 7 is 36, if my math is correct. So this would be the, yes, it looks like they are going to attempt a 36-yard field goal. This would be the longest attempt, excuse me, this would be the second longest attempt for the Linfield Pioneers. They tried a 47-yarder in the first game. I think it was against Saugus. But Kevin Connolly 1 for 2 on field goals. Earlier this season, he made a 27-yarder. Snap is up, ball is down, kick is up, and it is not good, over to the left. So Triton will take over on downs there at the 19-yard line with about 5 seconds left in the game, as that ball floated a little bit out to the left-hand side and looks like it just went wide left. Triton lines up in the victory formation and looks like they'll just take the snap and kneel down, content to go in with the 14-7 lead at the half. And as we see the clock wind down to 0, here we are at halftime. The Triton Vikings 14, the Linfield Pioneers 7. Unable to convert on the 36-yard field goal at the end of the second half, the Linfield Pioneers find themselves in a touchdown deficit. We will kick it back to the studio for the halftime show and start back up again after these messages. Okay, here we go, folks. Second half action here now as the Linfield Pioneers ready to receive the second half kick from the Triton Vikings. 14-7 Vikings as we start the second half action. Back deep for the Pioneers. Number 1, James Sharkey. Number 5, Joey Cuccinello. As number 1, Elliott Lent set to kick off for the Vikings. Got a little cooler here as the game went on. Still not much of a breeze, but the temperature definitely has dropped down to below my comfort level. Elliott with the kickoff, a high short kick all the way down to about the 15-yard line. James Sharkey takes that on the run, tries to get outside to the right, gets one tackler to miss, gets two tacklers to miss, stays on his feet, and is continuing to rumble up the left sideline, brings it all the way up to about the 38-yard line, 39-yard line.
James Sharkey on the return.
For the return, as it sets up good field position. There is a flag on the play, though, as we wait for the call. Holding on the play by Linfield, which will negate a very good run on the play. So, unfortunately, marches the ball back deeper into Linfield territory as the ball, you've got to be kidding me, all the way down to the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. So, big shift of about 20 yards in the return now as Linfield takes over on the first possession of the second half here, deep in their own territory at the 20-yard line. So spread formation now for the Pioneers. Shotgun snap here, fakes the handoff to number 1, James Sharkey. David Tracy tries to get outside, but is tackled on the play on the left corner. Can't pick up the number there, but look for the read option there. Fake the handoff to Sharkey, tried to get around the left end and couldn't. Loss of 4 on the play, or loss of 3 on the play. It'll be second down now and 13 for the Pioneers. Shotgun snap, handoff on the sprint, on the jet sweep there to number 3, Charlie Capichetti, as Charlie picks up not much on the play. And again, it's third down at about 13 or 14 now for the Pioneers. They're unable to move the ball. Big third down and long now for the Pioneers to start off the second half. Not the start that they would have wanted for the second half of football here. Spread formation now again for the Pioneers. David Tracy back in the shotgun formation. James Sharkey back along with him, protecting him. David Tracy throws it out there to the left. Caught on the play by number 5, Joey Cuccinello. There is a flag, however, on the play. We'll wait to see what that call looks like.
Catch is made by Joseph Cuccinello.
Some discussion on the sideline there as the referee taking his sweet old time to make the call here. What's that? All right, we've got football official Dave Tracy here in the stands with us. We're not quite sure what the exact call is. We believe it's a sideline warning, but a flag was thrown on the play, so quite unsure exactly what to make of the call here. No penalty apparently on the play is the advice we're getting from the sideline here, so we'll go ahead and stick with that. Any event, the catch, the pass from David Tracy down to Joey Cuccinello results in a first down on the play. 1st and 10 now from the 36-yard line for Linfield. David Tracy back against shotgun formation. He looks over to the left, goes back to his right. He hits Joey Cuccinello once again on the play. Joey makes the great catch and takes it down to about the 32-yard line for Linfield, as Joey has a big pickup on the play on a great catch. Great pass and catch from David Tracy down to Joey. Big first down on the play as Linfield has found a little bit of their rhythm here with 2 complete passes for decent yardage up the left sideline to Joey Cuccinello. Spread formation once again here on the play as Linfield gets quickly to the sticks here. Shotgun formation, quick fake out to the left. David Tracy tucks it and runs, puts his shoulder down, picks up about 8 yards on the play as the Linfield offense is moving the ball from their poor position to start off this drive at their own 20-yard line. It'll be second down and call it 2 now from the 24-yard line of the Triton Vikings. Spread formation here again, 2 up and 2 down. David Tracy takes the snap, hands it off to James Sharkey up the middle. James rumbles for a few. Referee signaling for clock to stop as they place the ball. And it looks to me, by my eye, that it's good enough for a first down, and it is. So 1st and 10 for the Pioneers as they move the chains now from the Viking 22-yard line. Eight minutes to go here in the third quarter as the first offensive series of the second half has ticked off about 4 minutes. Shotgun snap, handoff to James Sharkey up the middle. Bounces one way, spins out of a tackle, fights his way down to about the 15-yard line.
James Sharkey on the carry.
As James picks up about 6 or 7 on the play. Actually, that's closer to 5, so second down and 5 for the Pioneers from the Vikings 16-yard line. Again, spread formation now for the Pioneers as James Sharkey once again gets in the backfield. James hits that around the right-hand side. Looks like he's got enough for the first down there as James is able to dance past the first round of tacklers and get to the second. Number 14, Kevin Connolly taking the field now in the offense as the Linfield Pioneers get just outside the 10-yard line where it's 1st and 10 now. Still able to pick up a first down if they get it inside the 1, if they need to. Trips formation to the left, single receiver down here. Joe Cuccinello here to the right. Shotgun snap, run up the middle to A.J. Chirodano. He puts his shoulders down and gets to the end zone. A.J. Chirodano takes the ball up the middle and is not stopped by a host of tacklers for the Triton Vikings. A.J. doing a great job bursting up the middle there and extending the ball, breaking the plane on the play. So important kick here now for the Pioneers as they look to tie it up here as it's 13 now to 14. Kevin Connolly here on the kick. Snap is back, kick is up, and bit of a troubling snap there, but Charlie Capitetti does a great job getting that ball down, and the extra point is good as the Linfield Pioneers once again take the first possession now of the second half and drive from their own 20, 80 yards through the air and on the ground all the way into the Triton Viking end zone. And just like that now, we've got a tie game with about 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter of play. So we told you that tonight these 2 and 4 teams would be fighting each other for an opportunity to get into the playoffs, and sure enough, we've got a good game. 14-14, 6:30 left in the third quarter. Kevin Connolly set to kick off for the Pioneers as the Vikings are back on their own 10-yard line. Number 12 back deep is Ryan Snow. Not sure who the other person is back for the Vikings. Kevin Connolly on the kick. Short high kick down to the 17-yard line, where number 5, Cole Piaczynski, is unable to field the ball cleanly. Just falls down on the ball there, but excellent defensive field position now for the Pioneers as the Vikings have the ball 1st and 10 back down at their 18-yard line. So Pioneers can really switch some momentum here if they're able to hold on defense and avoid some costly penalties. Spread formation, shotgun snap, back to the quarterback. He's looking to throw the deep. He's pressured out of the pocket and running left. He's pursued and tackled on the play hard by number 13, Jack Phelps, but not before the quarterback, number 4, Max Chimintaro, is able to scramble for about 6 on the play. The shotgun snap again, 3 receivers up top, handoff up the middle, and he scrambles ahead for what appears to be a first down. Number 3, Nathan Miller on the carry, and indeed the first down signal is called by the referees as they move the chains now. 1st and 10 from the Vikings' own 29-yard line. About 5:45 left here in the third quarter, but that it can't be an official time because we've noticed some pretty poor clock management, unfortunately, by the operator. Low snap back to the quarterback. He's pressured hard. Pass over the middle to Ethan Lent. He's tackled on the play, but not until after he picks up a first down, but quite a few tacklers there on the play for Linfield. But not Ethan Elliott Lent on the catch and carry as they're able to pick up a first down on the play. First down and 10 now from the Vikings' 43-yard line. Just a short pass there by the quarterback, Chimintaro, to the streaking Elliott Lent, cutting across the middle. Pistol formation here with 2 receivers, 2 up and 2 down. Shotgun snap, blitz on the play by Linfield. Passing back into the flat there, attempt out to number 5, Cole Piaczynski. Pass falls incomplete now. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. Good defensive pressure up there as we also had a blitz coming in on the play, trying to see if the Pioneers could pressure the quarterback on that play, get him out of the rhythm. So once again, 2nd and 10. Man in motion, number 8 is Arthur Stanley going up to the top of the field. Quarterback fades back for the pass, hits him over the middle as a quick screen developed. Good tackle on the play by number 13, Jack Phelps, on the quick screen to Nathan Miller. Once again, Linfield defensive line almost getting to the quarterback there, but unable to get to him. Big third down on the play now. It's a 3rd and 2 as the Vikings cross midfield and the ball is placed at the 49-yard line of the Pioneers. Quick snap and a quarterback sneak by number 4, Max Chimintaro. And a first down called by the referees as the clock continues to wind, with the ball placed at the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10 now for the Vikings as they line up in the split backs formation with Chimintaro in the backfield. Number 6 slowly going in motion there. Jared Leonard, number 5 now in motion. Quick pitch out there, tackled on the play by Charlie Capuchetti as Charlie came flying up from his safety position there and almost got the pitch, actually. He was close to making an interception of the pitch itself as the Vikings really telegraphed that. That's the third time they've called that play, so they might be setting up something a little different, so Pioneers will have to be wary of that if they try to run it again. It'd be kind of odd if they ran that 4 times in a row, especially after a big loss like that. Second down, loss of 4 in the play is second down and 14 now for the Pioneers. Snap back to number 4 again for the quarterback. He's being pursued and held and tackled on an atrocious play by the referee. There we go. Usually the defense makes tackles, but this time the offense made tackles. It was the offensive lineman, I believe it was number 62, making the tackle on the relentless play by Sam Gazette, number 67 on the play. Perhaps you might be able to see that on camera, but if you watched it, it was absolutely ridiculous. It was a great tackle if Sam Gazette was actually the person holding the football, but as a defensive lineman, he wasn't holding the football. So, all right, so offensive play here, second down and a ton. Quarterback fades back for the pass. He's looking to his left. He's flushed out of his pocket again. Tackled in the backfield by number 44, Stephen Dreher. Assisted on the play by number 15 for the Pioneers as Kyle Schmitz helps out on that play. Loss of yardage on the play once again as now the Vikings have the ball at their own 34-yard line. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. As it's now third and about 28 for the Vikings. Shotgun snap back to the quarterback. He's flushed out of his pocket looking for that center screen again. He's able to shake the first tackler, but not the second, as Joey Cuccinello makes the tackle after a gain of about 20 on the play. Brings up a big fourth down, though, and 16. So Triton tried a fake punt in the first quarter, so they have to keep a wary eye on any trickery here. But Linfield Pioneers set to receive the ball back at their own 5-yard line. Number 1, James Sharkey, and number, hard to tell exactly who that is. Flag on the play. As the back judge drops his flag and the referee makes the call here. Penalty on Linfield. As they may have had 12 men on the field. So 4th and 11, Triton still in the punt formation. They picked up 5 yards there. Snap is back. Punt is made. It's a hideous punt, but it gets a good Triton bounce as the low line drive rolls all the way down inside the 5 to the goal line. So sometimes crappy punts work out well, and that one certainly did. So Linfield has to take over the ball deep in their own territory. The offensive line will have their shoes on the goal line as Linfield has 99 yards to go to try to make pay dirt. 16 seconds left here in the third quarter. So the field will be flipped here momentarily. All right, so David Tracy gets in at quarterback again as they've got a long way to go. Hopefully can see some magic here in the quarter. So David Tracy making the calls out. Blitz up, coming up the middle. Quick pass over the middle to Brian Ellis. Brian lowers his shoulder, picks up 10 on the play, or close to 10 on the play. First down. So first down, first reception on the evening by number 2, Brian Ellis, as David Tracy makes a good call for the quick slant by the inside slot receiver. Good enough to pick up 10 yards on the play and a first down, as the fourth quarter is upon us. All right, so we've had a lot of action here in the game. The teams have traded touchdowns in the first quarter, and Triton started to take control of things in the second quarter as they took the lead 14-7. A late second quarter 36-yard field goal attempt by the Pioneers was just wide left. Pioneers took the opening kickoff 80 yards for the touchdown on a 10-yard run by A.J. Chirodana right up the middle. And now the Linfield Pioneers start off the fourth quarter back down on their own 10-yard line with trips down here to the left. Shotgun snap, handoff up the middle to James Shark. He breaks one tackle, and he dances up through the middle, picks up 9 or 8 on the play, I should say. So a good first down carry by James as he makes the first person miss and keeps his leg churning for 8 yards on the carry. So we'll bring up a second down and 2 for the Pioneers, as we just continue to start with the beginning of the fourth quarter here. 14-14. Trips down here to the left as a blitz on the play, and David Tracy is tackled in the backfield as the defender, number 10, I believe, for the Vikings. Jack Dixon, number 11 on the play. Loss of 1 on the play now. Big third down for the Pioneers as it's third down and call it a long 2. Pioneers break the huddle and again go more to the traditional spread formation, 2 up and 2 down, with David Tracy in the quarterback role and James Sharkey blitz on the play outside the number 3. James is tackled behind the line of scrimmage again, unfortunately, as the blitz overwhelms the line of scrimmage. And James is unable to advance the ball. So it'll be fourth down and, again, call it about 2 for the Pioneers as Linfield looks to kick. There is a bit of a breeze coming out behind them, so we'll see if Chase gets a good one off. Cam Merengue set to snap for the Pioneers.
Chase Colbert, back to kick.
Great snap back to Chase. Chase gets off the punt. It's an end-over-end punt. Gets a good bounce. Number 6 does take it on the one hop, though. Gets out of bounds at the Linfield 46-yard line. So Linfield defense will have to show some good skills here and try to keep the Vikings from advancing the ball here in the fourth quarter. .940 left here in the fourth quarter. 14-14 game here as the Vikings again take over first down at the Pioneer 46-yard line. Shotgun snap, spread formation, handoff up the middle. He's got a lot of room to run before the Linfield line stops him there. Gain of about 5 on the play. Attack on the play by Mackay Peters and some others on the play. It'll be second down and call it 5 for the Vikings. Spread formation again now, trips down here to the left. There's 2 in the slot, 1 on split end side. Shotgun snap fades back. The quarterback is hit behind the line of scrimmage by Mekhi Peters, Spencer Riley, and Sam Gazit. As the quarterback is tackled behind the line of scrimmage, number 4 for the loss, Max Giamantaro. The Vikings looked to try to see if they could do a quick screen over here to the right, and it was thwarted by the defensive secondary, who kind of sniffed that out. So the quarterback wisely tucked it, tried to see if he could run with the ball, and was tackled by the Spencer Riley, Sam Gazit, and Mekhi Peters threesome, which could not have been comfortable. All right, that was a timeout on the play by the Vikings. I believe that was the first charge timeout for the Vikings. Third down and 7. Now on the play is a shotgun formation. Tight trips to the left of the field for the Vikings. Number 4 rolls out to the left. He's got some open field there as he looks to get rid of the ball, but cannot. Pressured on the play by Nick Marcinowski, was the first one to get over there. Number 52, senior captain. And some others on the play, including 67, Sam Gazit. Fourth down and 11 on the play as the play results in a 4-yard loss. And the Triton Vikings appear to be setting up in their punt formation. We'll see what the punter does this time. Unsure if the low line drive punt was intentional last time or was just a bad shank job. Once again, too many men on the field, unfortunately, for the Pioneers. Timeout called on the play by White. It'll be their first charge timeout of the second half. From the 4th and 11 position, that's going to bring them down now to 4th and 6, make it a little bit more interesting. But it does appear that the Vikings are going to go out still in their punt formation.
Are we going to draw the 50-50? Go, Brady.
They're drawing the 50-50 raffle here in Triton. Breeze kicking up a little bit here in the frozen tundra of Byfield. Charlie Cappuccetti set to receive at his own 10-yard line. Snap is back. Punt is up. It's an end-over-end punt again. It's tagged by the Viking defender that was running down the field. It was hit him on the foot. Ball is marked down there. As the Linfield offense now takes over at their own 17-yard line. Or I should say at their own 20-yard line where the ball was touched. So 80 yards to go with 7 minutes and 39 seconds. What we really could use here is a sustained offensive drive. Spread formation, 2 up and 2 down now. David Tracy in the backfield as quarterback. Got to throw that, David. So sacked in the backfield as the read option didn't work for the Pioneers. Big loss in the play, unfortunately. Second down now and 17.
That was a sack by Nate Miller.
Second down and 17 on the play. Trips to the right of the field. Single receiver down to the bottom here, number 5. He's going to be double covered after some good offensive plays by Joey Cuccinello. Quick slant over the middle, hit by Joey. He's got he had some room there, and he was tackled at the last second by a shoestring tackle by number 30 on the play, J.P. Trojan. Trojan there stepping up his protection. J.P. Trojan stepping up his protection. Able to save what would have been an interesting gallop down the field by Joey Cuccinello. Joey is a great competitor on the track team, too. He made the States in the 100-meter final. Blitz on the play. David Tracy flushed out of his pocket, gets rid of it, and it's going to be intercepted up the sideline, unfortunately, by number 5, who races into the end zone for the score. So number 5 is, of course, Cole Piaczynski. David Tracy racing out to his right-hand side, trying to avoid the pressure on the play. Looking to see if he could find a receiver, and unfortunately hits Cole Piachenko as he races up from his position to pick the ball off and head down the sideline for the touchdown. So the extra point is high. Quarterback rolling out to his left. He throws a jump ball into the end zone. That's going to be dropped down. Pass interference on the offense as the offensive player tried to get sneaky with it and push off. Didn't happen, though. Defended on the play, so the extra point, the snap is too high. So it remains 20-14. With 5:47 now left in the game to play. So thinking ahead now, if Linfield catches this and is able to move up the field, an extra point could decide the difference. So we'll see what happens. But first, Linfield's got to secure the ball, move the ball up the field, and try to see if they can avoid further mistakes in this critical fourth quarter drive. All right, Linfield Pioneers set to receive once again. Joey Cuccinello, and this time Charlie Capichetti, number 3, back for the Pioneers. As Elliot Lentz, senior captain, sets to kick off for the Vikings. And Lent with the kick hits a low line drive, driving Joey Cuccinello all the way back to the 8-yard line. Joey takes that ball up the middle. He cuts back to his right, tries to come back to his left, and he's tackled on the play by a few Vikings on the play, but not before he kicks the ball up to about the 27-yard line, where the Pioneers take over 1st and 10. Arthur Stanley on the tackle for the Vikings, excuse me. Arthur Stanley, number 8. Senior for the Vikings, as the Pioneers, with 5:20 left in the game, are set to try to engineer a much-needed score. So spread formation, traditional spread formation here for the Pioneers is Joey Cuccinello down here, down to the left, as well as Charlie Capichetti. David Tracy fades back for the pass, throws that ball deep, and unfortunately unable, overthrown to Brian Ellis on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Pioneers. Incomplete pass on the play, of course, stops the clock. So we've got about 5:11 in the game. Trips down here to the left now is A.J. Chiradonna, Brian Ellis. David Tracy rolls out to his left. He hits Charlie Capichetti. Charlie finds some room to keep running here. Spins off one tackle, continues to spin off another. From my eye, which is right in front of me here, he's very close to the 1st down. It really depends upon the spot. It looks like they're going to spot it a little bit short here, as it's now going to be 3rd down and about a yard even. So good job by Charlie. Continue to fight for some yardage there. Picks up 9 on the play. Would be 3rd down and a big 1 yard now for the Pioneers. And with that play, the clock continues to run. 4:20 left in the game here. Shotgun snap, handoff up the middle to James Sharkey. James has a big break up the middle. He cuts it back one way and comes the other. He finds some open running room, and he's still running up the sideline. Takes it all the way down to the 20-yard line, where James Sharkey takes the handoff and rambles through the line of scrimmage and up the left sideline. We've been waiting for James to break one out there. He's always breaking one out in one of these games for a long run. And the best part of that run was, frankly, no laundry on the field, no penalties on the field. We've seen that happen a couple of times where after a long run, things get called back. But on this particular play, we saw James break that to the outside, fake one way, cut back the other way, and the shifty guy just doesn't go down easy. So big 1st down for the Pioneers. They bring it all the way down into the territory for the Vikings, where the ball is now on the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, hands it back off to James Sharkey, trying to see if he can continue with his magic, and he does. He just pounds the ball down inside the 10-yard line. Rambling and driving the ball. James refuses to go down and makes it all the way down inside the 10. Timeout by the Vikings as they look to regroup with the Linfield offense behind the powerful legs of James Sharkey, driving from their own 35-yard line all the way down to inside the 10 now, where it's 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. 3:25 left on the clock, as the Linfield Pioneers now are in the enviable situation where they can try to see if they can pound it into the end zone with little time left on the clock. Once again, I'm not sure about the time on the clock. 3:25 showing pretty close to the official time. I don't think it's the exact time. But the Linfield Pioneers now breaking the huddle from the sideline as head coach Pat LaMusta rallies his troops to try to see if they can take control of this game. Crowd getting into things now as trips to the right. Dave Tracy back to the shotgun pass, handing it off again to James Sharkey, who goes out to the left. tackled on the play by number 30 and number 14 for the Vikings, J.P. Trojan, as well as Matt Soros. James gets outside, picks up about 5 on the play. Ball is placed exactly on the 5-yard line now. It would be second and goal from the 5. Clock continuing to run as it dips inside of 3 minutes here now in the fourth quarter. Pioneers trying to drive into the end zone for a game-tying touchdown. Trips to the left, single man up top is Joey Cuccinello. Shotgun snap is back to David Tracy. David Tracy hands it off up the middle to James Sharkey. James Sharkey powers his way past the line of scrimmage, but not into the end zone as he's marked down short of the goal line at the 2-yard line. 3-yard line, excuse me. So big down here for the Pioneers, obviously 4-down territory as the clock winds down now to about 2:10 left in the game. David Tracy coming in to call his play. As the Pioneers line up in their spread formation with 2 up and 2 down here. James Sharkey once again in the backfield. As the Pioneers have a little bit of confusion there on the play call and wisely call a timeout. 1:45 left in the game.
Linfield.
Let's try to recap the game if we can. Pioneers had their first offensive drive after stuffing the Triton Vikings on 4 and out. Were able to drive the length of the field and get an early lead at 7-0. The Triton Vikings, however, did come back, scoring on their next drive on a combination of good passing and running through the length of the field. Linfield wasn't able to match that touchdown. Turned it back over to Triton, and at the half, it was 14-7, with Linfield missing out on a late first half field goal of about 36 yards, the attempt going wide left. In the second half, Linfield picked up the tempo, drove the length of the field and scored, making the game 14-14. But unfortunately, there was an interception for a pick 6 by the Vikings, which made the game 20-14. Big extra point was missed, which brings us right now to 20-14, 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. David Tracy tries to do the David Tracy fakes the jet sweep and keeps the ball, bringing the ball down to what appears to be the 2. So this is the ball game here, folks. 1:20 left in the game. And Linfield, with no hyperbole here, Linfield is in a must-score situation with the ball at the 2-yard line and it being 4th down. So about 8:54 in the evening here as Byfield gets cold in the evening. But on the sidelines, both teams are pretty well fired up, and I'm sure they're not feeling anything at this point as the most important play of the game is about to take place. 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line. Linfield down 20-14. Touchdown is required here to tie the game and see if the game will continue to be played, or if Linfield will have a long bus ride home. Shotgun formation, once again. Spread formation, Charlie Capichetti in motion, fakes the handoff there, wide open in the end zone. Oh! Just thrown outside to Joey Cuccinello as he's unable to make the fingertip catch. A well-designed play, but unable to connect on the play. 1 minute and 15 seconds left in the game here as Linfield is unable to take advantage of the first and goal from the 10-yard line. Linfield defense now taking the field, hoping to see if they could capitalize on any kind of mistake by the Triton Vikings team. All right, so the Triton Vikings taking a knee as the clock winds down. And again, unsure on the official time for the clock here, but it does appear that Triton will be able to successfully wind down the clock. As the Vikings excited to be 3-4 on the season, while the Pioneers fall to 2-5. That's it here from Linfield. As the clock winds down officially, and the game has ended. So a tough one for the Pioneers as they are stopped at the doorstep. Would have been interesting to see if they could not only just tie it, but see if they could win it with the extra point. We won't, unfortunately, get to see that. But final score here from Byfield at Triton Regional High School. The Triton Vikings 20, the Linfield Pioneers 14. Once again, I'm Steve Connolly. This is Derek DeLutis doing a fantastic job on the camera. Thank you, and see you next time.